And I want to do a live today because I know what kind of situation we are in. And so I just wanted to do something for you all and do this live. What? This live boutique class. So how to start your boutique 101. And I know that it's really gonna take me a couple of lives in order to do this, but I wanted to do it to help some people out. So as you come in, if you can share this live out for me. I can't see who's on here. When you come on in, say hey. So let me go ahead because I forgot this will also post to my page. So those of you who don't know me, I'm Jessica Renee. I have been an entrepreneur for the last 23 years, and entrepreneurship is what I know. I have been through the ups, the downs, the highs, and the lows of entrepreneurship. I know what it feels like to not have anything, and I know what it feels like to make multiple six figures. And so today I want to give back, and I want to teach a little overview class of how to start an online boutique. Specifically, I'm going to add some things in there with $0. And so today, this is going to be a series that I'm going to do. And today, I just want to talk about like laying the foundation for everything, because I think that's the part that a lot of people miss. And so if you want to build a stable boutique that has longevity, this is going to be the live for you to watch. So let's see if we can get some people in the room. It'll let me share to Facebook, but it won't let me share to Instagram, which is so wild. I've never shared a live out before, but I'm coming, y'all. So keep watching. Okay, I'm back. All right, so first things first, when we start in a boutique, I have to tell everybody this: you have to know your why. Like, I created a 90, I think it's like 92 or 96 page manual slash ebook slash workbook for people to be able to start their boutique, be able to start your boutique without the hassle. Start your boutique with $0 if you don't have the money. Like, and when I tell you, it'll start you from the beginning to the end, step by step by step. And so I just kind of want to come on and use this series where I'm going to try to go live every day to talk about each component of it. If you would like to get the workbook, it is in my link. And you can order it. It's digital, and you can kind of work through the thing with me. So let's go ahead and get into it. First things first, pull up my notes, y'all, because I am somebody who is scatterbrain. So I got to have notes. All right. First thing we got to do is we got to understand, we got to lay the foundation. What I realize is a lot of people get the idea and they get the vision of the business that they want to start, and they just go and jump into it full throttle. Like, they don't take the time to build a firm and stable foundation for that business. And the reason why this is so important is because with entrepreneurship, things happen. And things happen like sales may fluctuate. Things happen like life may happen to you. And so you got to make sure that this business is built on a foundation that is going to be able to withstand and to hold. Also, a foundation that is going to give you the ability to scale and grow. I have started businesses, and every business, it seemed like I started, it scaled so fast, and then I had to shut it down because I didn't have the systems in place. So when you are planning in advance for the systems, for the scale, and you put the systems in place, then you are going to be able to scale. Why can't I see anything? Can somebody leave a comment or say something so I can see if it comes up on the screen? If you can, if you can leave a comment in the chat. so I can see if this thing comes up, because it's not showing me anything. At first it was like, I don't got no connection, and then reconnect. So I don't know. All right. So first things first that you need to know, it's about the people. It is about the people. People aren't going to tell you that. It is about the people who you serve. Your boutique success is going to depend on how well you serve your people. We all know that we can say, because we got to change that belief system, that the boutique, oh, thank you, Sportsflix. Now I see it. Thank you so much for commenting. That the boutique industry, you can say it's oversaturated, because y'all like to say when a lot of people are doing something, it's y'all call it oversaturated. I don't believe that anything is ever oversaturated. What makes it oversaturated is when you have a bunch of people who are all doing the same thing. They are literally carbon copies of each other. Like, you can watch one person's thing, see one person's thing, and then you can look at the other one, and you can already bet what the third person is going to be doing. And if you want to have a stable boutique with longevity, you cannot do that. You cannot pick items because the other person picked it. You cannot do something because the other person is doing it. You got to be true to you, and you have to be true to your community. And so this is a part of building that foundation. Hey, Nelly Bear. All right, so people, like, y'all hear people say, well, who is your target audience, and who is this? And yeah, but I have this saying, right? I have this saying that you perform in front of an audience and you build with a community. If you are community focused, you will develop a group of people who are going to support you through whatever. So if you ever decide, I don't want to have this boutique anymore, right? I want to start another company. Maybe I want to do hair products, or maybe I want to sell home decor. Whatever it is, when you have a boutique, when you have a community of people, you are able to pivot. You are able to pivot. I also want to say, while I'm still talking, if anybody feels led to contribute as I am sewing into y'all, you can do so. I just thought I would put that option out there so that you would know it's there. And it's only if you feel like you are led to do so. Now back to what I was saying. And so the best way that I can explain a community and how it builds, right? So if I'm going to see a concert, I'm looking for somebody to perform. If I went to Beyonce's concert, I'm not looking for Beyonce. I'm looking for Sasha Fierce, right? And if Beyonce were to come on the stage and she just was to be like how she is in her everyday life, I would probably be like, what? No. Money back, please. Right? And so every time Beyonce has a concert, she has to live up to the standard of the persona of Sasha Fierce that she created. So she is in performance mode. Okay? Now, the reason why we buy other things that Beyonce creates is because she built a community. There are people who attend the concerts who are not a part of the community. They just want to come see her perform, and that's it. That's where they draw the line. They're not buying no merch. They're not buying her hair care product. They're not buying whatever she's selling in the house, whatever. They're not buying it. But when you form a community, the community is going to buy whatever it is that you are selling. Because these people is like, I done seen you grind. I don't like that word, but y'all know what it means. I done seen you build. I've seen you do all of these things. And so I'm going to support you. And so that's why a part of your foundation on building a boutique has to start with understanding your community. This is not your average how to do boutique. Get your LLC. Get your business license. Get your EIN number. Get your seller's permit. Y'all can Google that stuff. Y'all can Google that stuff. Like, I'm trying to give y'all the real deal of how to last. I know it's a lot of people teaching and they might have been in entrepreneurship for 5 years, but you're looking at somebody who's been in this thing for 23 years. I'm talking about, I've had a salon, I've worked behind a chair, I've had a product hair care line, I've had a sheer line, I've done the boutique. custom t-shirts, like you name it, I've done it. And the people have supported. And it's because of I'm teaching y'all exactly how I built the foundation. So today, if you're looking for step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, I have a lot of other videos that you can go watch. But today I'm talking about laying the foundation. All right, so we got to understand that just selling the product isn't enough. It's not enough. Like, what is going to differentiate you from the person who's selling the same thing that you're selling if you're someone who's not selling your own custom thing? What's going to make you stand out? So having a boutique is more than just, oh, okay, I'm about to go order inventory, and then I'm about to take some pictures, or I'm about to make a little reel and I'm gonna post it online, and tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm gonna have hundreds and hundreds of sales. It's very nice to meet you. What's your current topic? How to start a boutique. It's more than that. And y'all can carry that to every single business. I'm telling you, the topic is boutique. But what I'm teaching you, if you pick up what I put down, you are going to be able to apply this to any business that you are doing. Okay? And so you got to be able to connect with your community. I'm about to say audience. You got to be able to connect with your community. You got to be able to relate to them. So what is it about you? What you believe? What are your values? And all of the things, what is it about you that other people will relate to? Because that's the thing that's going to set you apart from everybody else. That's the thing that's going to make you stand out. That's the thing. And in order to do that effectively, you got to understand who you are. And I know y'all probably like, oh, I don't want to hear this. If you want to be able to make 6 figures in 8 months, you do. If you want to be able to, in your first launch, sell over $3,000, you do. If you want to be able to sell over $12,000 in your first month, you do. If you want to be able to pivot, and if you want to be able to pivot with the times, stay relevant, you do. No, boutique is not a side hustle. I don't have side hustles. I have legit businesses. Okay? So when you understand who you are, then you can understand who they are, your community. And the reason why I say that is by unpopular demand, right? Unpopular demand. You don't get to choose who you serve. How can you serve a community or relate to a group of people that you know nothing about? So it's the reason why things are off. It's the reason why you're struggling with your marketing. It's the reason why your post isn't landing. It's the reason why you think social media doesn't work. Because you're trying to talk to a community that you know nothing about. Your community is going to be a version of yourself. And that's just what it is. Because people are drawn to what they can relate to. And if I can't relate to you, baby, I can't be drawn to you. And if I'm not drawn to you, then I'm not open to know, like, and be able to trust you. So therefore, I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to spend my money. You know what I mean? So the better you understand yourself, the better you know who you are. I always say you have to understand your identity before you can identify. So you got to know who you are. You can identify your community. I know this seems like jabber, jibber, jubber, jubber, jubber. I know this feels like a lot. I know this is not the fun stuff, but this is the stuff that is going to put you in position to make money. This is the stuff that's going to separate you. This is the stuff that's going to make you impactful. This is the stuff that's going to give you the ability to build any business that you want to build and be successful at it. So a lot of advertising is just blasting out a message to as many people as possible. This seems different. It's very different because we're not asking as many people as possible. We're asking a specific group of people. We're asking people who we relate to. Like basically I'm saying, come along from this journey. And because I know you and because I know who you are, because you are a version of myself, my messaging is right. And so a business, the whole motto of a business is that people have a problem and you have a solution. Yes. Yeah, I understand it, Patrick. Thank you for clarifying that. It's service. Business is all about service. And how can you service something that you don't know about? Why do you think Chick-fil-A makes the money that they make? Because Chick-fil-A understands who they are serving. And Chick-fil-A serves. So business, if you understand the model of what business was intended for, it's an exchange of something. They need something that they can't provide on their own, and you can. And so you got to understand, what are the needs of my community? So let's go boutique, right? Let's get an example for that. So I'm somebody who, I have a small waist, but I'm a little bit more hippier, right? I have a shape. Okay. So the issues that I come up with is that I either have to size up, and when I do, like, the clothes are big, they don't fit in the waist, and they're baggy everywhere else. Or I have to find something that's stretch and high-waisted. So that's a problem area for me. So what I would do for my boutique, like when I sell jeans and things like that, I only sell things that have stretch, and I only sell things that are high-waisted, because I know how to market that item, because I know what it feels like to not be able to find jeans that fit you the way that you want them to fit. So out of my pain, I came up with a solution. So all I'm doing is I'm going to find all of the other people who are having the same pain as me. And that's how I'm going to market to them that I have the solution. It seems like there are three things at play: the nature of the product, the needs of the customer, and the method they found you. Exactly. That is absolutely correct, Pat. You picking up what I'm putting down. Absolutely correct. And if y'all got questions, feel free to ask them and engage. And so when you have these things together, when you build your foundation off of this, selling is not so hard, because you go from a selling mindset to a serving mindset. What does my community need? Right? Based off of what they need, that's what I'm going to offer. I'm not just going to be picking stuff because it looked cute. Does my community need it? Like, you may have great community, but if they just like your content but don't need the product, they may not buy much. Nope. That's why you got a lot of people who are these huge creators, and they make great content, but they can't sell the shirt off their back, because they built an audience, and people just want to see you perform, and that's it. They have no connection to you because you haven't spoken a message. You just created nice things. You just curated nice stuff. And so even you want to make sure that you build something that's sustainable after the hype. Ooh, that cornbread look good. Sorry, y'all, I'm cooking too. You got to build something that's sustainable after the hype. Oh, it's a new boutique. Yeah, this new boutique coming out. This new boutique doing all of this. Okay, so after the initial hype, when everybody who know you buy it and all of this, and all of the people who's like, oh, I just want to support, after they buy that stuff, then what keeps them around to continue to purchase from you? So you can adjust the product to match the community guide. Yes, that's exactly what you have to do, Patrick. That's exactly what you have to do. You got it. That is literally the secret sauce. You understand the community first, and then you decide on the product based off of the community. If you do that, you will always be able to sell. Or you can craft your content to get the community that needs your product. Exactly. That's exactly what you can do. Like, we over, I don't say we overcomplicate. We don't overcomplicate things. People just don't explain things well. They don't teach things well, because a lot of people are teaching because they've had like one success and they don't understand the whole trajectory of the thing. And just because you're able to do something doesn't mean that you're able to teach it. What if they don't seem to need anything? Everybody needs something. And so what you're not doing is you're not saying, oh, here's a community. What do they need? It's from you and your experiences, right? And why you started the business. Because everybody got a reason why they started the business. Why did you start the boutique, right? What do you want to offer in your boutique? And it's always a version of yourself. And so there's never going to be a time where somebody doesn't need anything. So maybe they have enough jeans and they might not need jeans right now, but they will need jeans later. And because you have effectively, your messaging is effective, then they will also share, because supporting is not always buying. Oh, you need this? I buy all my jeans from here because they fit like this. So I'm going, hey, Autumn, how are you? So I'm going to tell this person about it because I had a problem. She helped me with my problem. Girl, you got to go shop over here. And then also, because you were service-based, thank you so much, because you were service-based, now, you treated them well, and of course, they're going to continue to support you. Or they aren't just acclimated to buying things from content creators. How do you get them to make the first purchase? You got to give. Like, people don't spend their money with people who they don't trust. If people do not trust you, they're not going to buy anything from you. If you feel salesy, if you feel scammy, if you feel very pushy, the people are not going to buy. And that's just the reality of it. Selling, like, you have to understand the psyche of a seller. You got to understand the mindset of a seller, the psychology behind it. It is really not just getting a product, putting it online, making everything look perfect, and then selling it. It's not that. And so, to effectively build that community, you got to understand the psychology of it. And there's this method that talks about like the buyer's journey. And I actually taught a class on that. I actually have it on digital. I need to get it and have it posted. But with this class, the buyer's journey, I explained the psychological things that happen from the first time they discover you to the time that they make a purchase. And here's the thing, y'all. Most people aren't going to purchase something from you the first time that they see you. They're going to watch you. What they're watching for is consistency. Like, is your messaging the same? What they're watching for is who else is purchasing under here. What they're watching for is, like, how do you treat your customers? How do you treat people? Like, are you legit? Are you just going to be on here for a week and then totally disappear? Then they're saying, what are you about? You got to give free. Y'all, one thing that God told me is he said, you got to give before you can ask. Right? So I went on TikTok and I did like a boutique live session with TikTok. And now I'm on here with y'all on YouTube and I'm doing a live session because I am a firm believer that you have to give before you can ask. There is no such thing as giving all of your information away. Because if you give all of your information away, then that means you ain't learning. I can never give all my information away. And so what does that look like as a boutique owner? It could be talking about, I gotta get this out. Hold on, y'all. Oh, my cornbread look good. What that could look like is giving style tips. What that could look like is teaching them about the different fabrics and why they want to do this. Complementary colors, how to pair an outfit, how to dress, like all of those things. That's like next level stuff because people ain't doing it. All they doing is getting up, making a little reel in a cute outfit and think somebody gonna buy it. It's taking that outfit and putting it in an environment that they would wear that. It's bringing the outfit into life. But you can't do that if you do not understand or know who your community is. Making a quality product that leaves customers feeling fulfilled and happy seems like a good idea, but I wonder when you can go overboard with that. I don't think you can go overboard with making a great product. And if you are making the product with your customer in mind, it will also always be a great product. The one thing that you have to understand is that everybody is not your community. Everybody is not going to like your product. Everybody is not going to want your offer. And you got to be okay with that. So just because somebody says, oh, this didn't work for me, that doesn't mean that your product didn't work. It just didn't work for them. Just because somebody says, I don't like this, like this ain't made, this is not good quality. Well, it could be good quality to somebody else. And so we focus too much on trying to please the people who are not our community. Like once you say you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not changing my stuff to make you like it. You're just not for me. Go find somebody else, because there's billions of other people who are doing what I'm doing. So you got to go find the person who can offer you what you like. So I'm only focusing on the people who like what I am providing. But no, I don't think you can go overboard with that. No, I haven't heard the story of Mrs. Fields cookies. Okay. Prime example of what we were talking about, like building your products off of community. Sarah, the lady from Spanx. You want to know how Spanx came about? Spanx came about because, first of all, she needed shapewear. Okay. She understood that having shapewear, like the top part of her stockings, gave her a good hold without being so tight and restricted. And she needed some shapewear, but she didn't have the money to buy expensive shapewear. So she cut the legs off of pantyhose and began to wear them as shapewear. And she realized how comfortable it was. She realized that it worked. And so what did she do? She made that product. She made that product based off of a pain that she had or a problem that she had, and she created the solution. The pain was, I don't have a lot of money and I need shapewear. The problem was, most shapewear is uncomfortable anyway. Like, I want to be comfortable. So she solved the problem and created a solution. And she was able to sell her company, I think, for like $1 billion or something like that. And now she's starting a whole nother company. Mrs. Field made the world's best cookies in the world, but selling a snickerdoodle for $5 at the mall just wasn't a sustainable business model. Wouldn't have worked if her audience must. Yeah, because your business model has to be based off of your community. So a lot of times people create business models that are not accurate for the community that they are trying to serve. And then you also got to understand, like, it's a cookie, right? Okay. Because there are cookies that sell, like, look at crumble cookies, right? But crumble cookie isn't a basic cookie. It's like this big dessert cookie. So when you look at all of the type of cookies that you can get and the size of it, it justifies the $5. But if you're just making a regular cookie that I can go to the store and get for that, but you're selling it at $5, what is so different about this that makes it worth $5? Very high quality and taste, right? But Mrs. Field cookies still looked like a regular cookie. So selling a cookie for $5 probably was not the best business model. And then you have to say, do I want to do volume or do I want to be exclusive? So my boutique owners, like, you got to decide, do you want to do volume? Fashion Nova, Shein does volume. Louis Vuitton is exclusive. Exclusive is going to be a higher price point, which means you only want to reach a select group of people. Volume is, I want to be affordable for everybody. So your business model also has to match your community. Okay. Look at my notes. So to go deeper into community, um, when you understand your community, you're able to build connection with them. Connection is key. Um, People, when you are requiring people's time, like on YouTube, right? For people to sit there and watch you, you got to be able to build a connection with them. Like you got to be giving something of value. They got to relate to you. They got to feel seen, like all of these things. And so as a boutique owner, you're going to ask yourself, like, how am I going to connect to my community? How can I create a brand, right, that resonates with them on a deeper level, so I don't get blurred in with all of these other brands, so that they will see me and they will choose me before they choose all of these other people. Like they got to feel like that their boutique gets them. If you do volume, you probably aren't making the highest quality product you can. How do you maintain trust with your community if you aren't? You can do volume with quality. You can do volume with quality. Louis Vuitton can do volume if they wanted to. They choose not to. The cost that it takes to make a Louis Vuitton bag it does not have to be that much. But they're making a luxury brand. So we cannot always equate quality, things that are not quality with volume. That's not always the case. So someone who has been in manufacturing and who has manufactured items, so I know like what it costs to manufacture things and stuff like that. That's not always the case, right? So you can do, Target does volume. Let's just use Target for an example. Target does volume. Walmart does volume. Like Walmart has come up. Their clothes it's a pretty good quality. They do volume. So I'm not talking about like dollar store. I'm not talking about like, I'd say like Target and Shein are two different types of quality. Like Shein is like, okay, and it's like a hit and miss, but I don't mind it and I don't care because I'm only paying $8 for something. Versus Target, I might pay $28, so the quality is a little bit better. But for me, that's still affordable. So if you're going to make the highest quality of something, of course your price point is going to be higher, which then you are going for a different type of community. You are looking for a community who values quality items, and that community probably will know fabrics and things like that. That's not a big, robust community. So you don't have to have the highest quality of things. It just has to be worth the money that they're paying. And so if they know, oh, this is fast fashion, like, oh, I paid $5 for this, I got 4 wears out of it, they don't care. They was like, it was $5. So you got to understand that. Yeah, people do notice quality. It is. It is. It really is. It really is. But the way to combat fast fashion, number one, we need just more boutiques to come up that are really bridging that gap. And the other thing is, it's the mentality. Fast fashion works so much because it's cheap. And people are like, ooh, if I can look cute and only pay, this amount of money, then they do it. And so my boutique was open when fast fashion really started to hit big and become a thing. And I was like, how can I compete? Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? So like they're selling things, what they're selling things for is my price on what I have to purchase things for. So with that, like your mindset could be like, how can I compete? But everybody ain't into fast fashion. And that goes back to understanding your community and how can I really hit this messaging and market to a group of people, so that, because when people y'all cannot, you cannot disregard the connection. When people have a connection, then they no longer care about price. When they got a connection to something, they want to put their money in that. I agree with you, Glitter Bomb. Support local. Like, I agree. I agree with you. I am a stickler for shopping local. I love it. I love going to boutiques in my area and shop. And I know it's a higher price point. But I tell you what, the things that I get from a boutique usually last. Now, here's the thing. Those things are being made by some of the same manufacturers. But like Patrick said, your fast fashion stuff is being made of a lesser quality than the stuff that they are offering for wholesale. And so that's the difference there. But a lot of people don't know that. It's the same, like people are saying, oh, I can go get a Louis bag from these China people now, and I'm only gonna pay $200 or $300. It's not gonna be made the same way. It might look the same way, but I can guarantee you it is not made the same way. It's going to be of a lesser quality. You don't need an extreme point. It just needs to be pretty good and make the customer feel great. Yeah. Yeah. Sales is psychological. It is psychological. And that's why I say, if you make your community, if your community is a version of yourself, you understand your community, you're more authentic with your community. Like you make your community feel seen, and they'll support and purchase. A lot of people don't know how to match their clothes. I see a lot of people who just wear jeans and a t-shirt every day. Yeah, because they don't know better. Like, I used to have a brick and mortar. So what I understood about brick and mortar is that my mannequin sold the clothes. Because we see a lot of content creators and they be dressing their butts off. But y'all, if y'all compare that to the vast number of people in this world, they're like the 1%. They're literally like the 1%. So what is your job as a boutique owner? What if you show them how to wear, what to wear, and using your pieces from your boutique? That's a game changer right there. In my storefront, my mannequin sold. I always like created outfits and looks because it gave people a visual of what that would look like, because most people can't. Most people walk in the store and be like, I want that's on the mannequin. That's how they shop. So you got to kind of take that same concept and put that, if you're online, and put that online. Yeah, there are some content. Yes, there are some content creators. They are men, and they teach men how to enjoy fashion and how to dress, and they are very good at it. They are very good at it. And right now, that's a gap. It's not a lot of people doing it. So if there was a man who opened up a boutique who showed other men how to dress, how to take, you only need these basics and how many outfits you can get out of this, they will definitely buy. They will definitely buy. All right, so here's another thing why building a community is important. And I talked about it earlier. It guides you and it helps you in your decision making. So you will never be like, I don't know what to purchase, or I don't know what needs. If you are always looking at your community, if you are always researching your community, and you know your community because it's a version of yourself, then you will know what to buy. You will know can I purchase this? Like, does this fall into what's affordable for my community? Because if it's something that your cost might be like $70 and you might have to turn around and mark it up, do a markup and sell it for 240, is that in the price range of your community? If it's not, then you don't need to get that item because it's going to sit. So understanding your community, you know what price point you're working with, which is also going to help you budget. And then you also understand what items you need to offer in your boutique. Remember seeing an ad for a clothing service for men. You get a box of clothes every few weeks. I didn't buy it. It seemed like a impersonal tech startup. Yeah, because I would assume that they're giving everybody the same box, unless they had like a quiz or something and it was a style guide and you figure out like what's your style, and then based off of your particular style you got a customized box that was sent to you and tailored to you. I think that would feel more personal because it was like, oh, you know me. Yeah. um Another thing why building a community is important is because it increases loyalty. um so many people are just focused on get new customers, get new customers, get new customers, get new customers. There's a thing called customer retention that we also have to focus on. Like, yeah, I need to get new customers, but wouldn't it be easier to sell to the customers that I already have because they already had my product, right? They're already in my email list. They already know me. They already made the decision to buy from me once. So I need to make sure that I am nurturing my existing customers as much as I am nurturing to get new customers. Because the thing is, if you nurture your existing customers well, it'll all take care of itself. You won't have to put so much focus on new customers. Your existing customers will help you get new customers. But people just focus on the new customers and forget about the existing customers, and then they leave. So you want to be able to build and increase loyalty. And that's why a community is so important. Easier to sell to, they're going to return, they're going to recommend you, like they're a part of your community. They rock with you and they want other people to rock with you too. So I'm going to give y'all some steps to identify your community, and then we're going to that'll be it for this live for Boutique 101, how to start a boutique. And then I'll be back maybe tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow. I'll try to be back tomorrow. But my kids got games tomorrow evening, so we'll see. Just turn on the little bell so y'all can get notified when I go live. So first thing you want to do is you want to start with your vision. Like I talked about earlier, you got to know who you are and your identity. So like, who do you want your boutique to serve? Like, AKA your community. What kind of impact do you want to leave on their lives? Like, y'all, people are skipping out on this because they are so focused on money and money and selling. What kind of impact do you want to leave on your customers' lives? When I tell you, if you can be impactful to somebody, you have a customer for life. And I don't care if you go from selling jeans to selling dog food. If they ain't got a dog, they know somebody who got one, and they're going to make sure that they buy your dog food. Like, period. So think about what excites you about running your boutique. Who would benefit from that? And who would benefit from what you have to offer? So go back and look at yourself. Yeah, that service was missing a personal touch that a content creator could feel. Still, it raises the question, how do you get volume? Tailoring to individual customers may be fun, but probably not profitable. Tailoring, yeah. So it's not profitable. So if you wanted to do something like a personal touch like that, then that would be, your business model would be more exclusive. So, which means that price point for that service would be higher because you're dealing with less people. So the price point is higher because now that becomes an exclusive item. Like it's a club. It's a club. So think of Louis Vuitton exclusive. Target everybody. So when you servicing less people, the price point tends to be higher. Um, so that's how you would do volume in people, you would do volume in numbers because of the price of your items. Over here, there's a cooking up. It was hot too. Yep. So that's how you would be profitable. So you can't say that if I tailor it to individual customers, I couldn't be profitable. Yes, you can. You would just have to adjust what the pricing of that service in that box would look like. And of course, it would be priced at a higher point than it would be if I just sent somebody the same thing. All right. So number two, reason why community is important. You're going to consider their needs and desires, right? So considering their needs and desires is going to help you so much. It's going to help you in choosing the right product. It's going to help you with scalability. If you want to bring in more products, maybe if you want to add like a different, start a new business, like you literally can know what kind of business to start based off of your current customer base. And so you always want to think in mind, like, what problem does my boutique solve for them? If you ain't solving a problem, you ain't making the money. That's just what it is. If I sell athleisure wear, right? The problem is I want to be comfortable and I want to be cute. I'm sell athleisure. Okay, you solved the problem. Like, I don't want y'all to look too deep into that, but it's literally that simple. Taylor, chat lag. You were saying something and I derailed with the volume question. Ooh. I don't remember what I was saying, Patrick. Y'all, my mind, I be having like 4,000 things in my mind at a time. Yep, I talked about community. Before that, I was just talking about the vision and how having a community, like, what would your community benefit most from you? Yep. So your community needs and desires. So that's why I started talking about, like, what problem does your boutique solve for them? What problem does your business solve for your community, for your customer? You got to know that. When you figure that out and you nail that and you have the messaging, the sales come. The sales come. So, and also understanding your community, and we talked about this earlier, is that now you know what kind of style, product, or experience they're searching for. So it's easier to start building your business model. It's easier to build your inventory. It's easier to market to them. It's easier to have messaging. I think you're keeping up pretty good, Patrick. Thank you for asking these questions. So, like, all the stuff that we sit and be like, I don't know this and I don't know that and I don't know this, can all be solved just by understanding who your community is, whose problems that you were solving on this good day with your business. The more problems you solve, the more money you make. The more relatable you are, the more you build your community, the more money you make. People only spend their money with people that they trust. The buyer's journey, there's no like and trust. They get to know you. You're discoverable, right? They found you online. That's the other thing, y'all. Start getting used to being online. It's the wave now. It's the wave now. Yes, people will still, word of mouth is still a thing, but If you are looking to scale and grow and all of that, you got to be online. So you cannot be scared to show up. You cannot be scared to be seen. If they cannot see you, right? How can they get to know you? So people got to know you first. Once they know you, then they'll decide if they like you. Once they like you, now they're warm. So know you is cold, like you is warm. Now they're buying from you that's hot. So the objective is to get them through a funnel from going from cold to hot. The only way that you can get to know me is if I show up consistently and you can see me. Am I showing up consistently in your email list? On your emails? Am I showing up consistently on social medias? Like, they need to see you consistent somewhere. The more you show up, the more information that they have to decide whether they like you or not. It's like analytics. They can't give you the analytics on a video that just been up for seconds. It'll tell you we need more information to give you this. It can't make predictions if it doesn't have more information. And so it's the same thing for us. We got to show up so our potential community or our potential customer has more information to make a decision whether they like us. And I'm not talking about personal like you. I'm talking about like you enough where they're still watching and then they're ready to spend their money. 9 times out of 10, people ain't gonna buy nothing from you the first time they see you. You gotta have, it's the rule, and I don't know if it's changed or not. It's like 7 touch points, which means they gotta interact with you, see you at least 7 times before they can say, okay, I'm gonna make a purchase. And I believe that now it's more simply because people have gotten scammed so much. So now they're doing a little bit more research. So I guess it's a chicken and eggs issue. Do you start with the idea for something you want to make and then find a community for it? Or do you start with a community and figure out the problem? You start with the idea. It comes with the vision first. The vision came from a problem that you had, right? It's something that you want to create, okay? So because it's something that you want to create or a problem that you had, your ideal community is going to be a version of you because they're going to be like, I want that too. So then the specifics of what you're going to offer to figure out their problems then comes. So I want to start a boutique, right? Why did I want to start? That's why I said in the beginning, I said, you got to know your why. Why did I want to start a boutique? Right? What caused you, besides because you want to make money, right? What caused you to want to start a boutique? I love fashion and I want to see women look good. Or I want freedom. I want to be able to generate sales while I'm sleeping. And fashion is one of my passions. Okay, now we're there, right? So then we go to, okay, well, what would I want to offer in this boutique? Like, what would I want to offer? High-waisted jeans, stretchy jeans, athleisure wear, sets. All of these things are things that I like, right? Because these are the things that make me feel good. And I know why I like wearing them, right? I know that I like elevated athleisure wear because I could be comfortable and cute, right? I like sets because I don't have to think about what I'm going to wear. I have a busy life. I'm a mom of 3 kids that all do sports. So sometimes I just need to grab something so I can get out the house. I don't need to put no thought in it, but I still need to be cute, AKA a set. And it needs to be comfortable because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be ripping and running everywhere, right? So, okay, now that's the idea. That's the vision. Now I go and I say, I told y'all why. So I'm writing down why I want to offer all of these people. And then now my community, I'm going to message that particular community. I'm going to message, I'm going to talk to the women who have a lot of things going on. And I'm going to say, if you want ease, you don't have time to think about what you're going to put on because you're trying to get this person here, do this, cook breakfast, do all of these things. This is why I love a good set. Another part of my marketing would be literally me doing all the things in the morning, me leaving the house, me getting in the car, dropping off the kids in this set. Right? So that's how I start that. It seems like a lot of platforms reward output consistency more than super high productive value. The moral of the story is just do it. Your content should be good, but it also needs to be done. Yes, because sometimes that super high value over productive stuff, people are over it. People really want, and it only attracts people who like that. The vast majority of and if that's not you, don't do it. The vast majority of people really just like realness. They just want to see the part of themselves in somebody else. They want to see a part of themselves in somebody's content. When it's super high edited, all of that stuff, I think salesy. Unless I am somebody who is into gadgets and things like that. So if a person is selling cameras and talking about creating podcasts and stuff like that, that type of quality makes sense for them to have. And they're not even the platforms are not even high value is not even being recognized. It's just value. Like, what are you offering as a person? Is that valuable? But yes, you got to do it. And the only way to know what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you is for you to do it and then make corrections. Well, if you only post a few videos a year, the algorithm just, oh no, you got to post way more than that. You really got to be posting about 5 times a week, honestly. 4 to 5 times a week. And then if you can get in a rhythm of posting every day, that's even better. And if you can get in a rhythm of posting a couple times a day, that's even better. But you got to start from somewhere. And it doesn't have to be highly edited content. It could just be a story sharing something. Yep. And 5 times a week is really not hard, y'all, especially if you plan out your content and you know what you're going to plan. Okay, so your boutique should provide the value that meets your community's specific needs. It takes time. I tell everybody, start with telling yourself you're going to post once a week, then move to twice a week. So once you get the rhythm of once a week, add another day. When you get the rhythm of twice a week, add another day. When you get the rhythm of 3 times a week, add another day. And if you can, start with 3 times a week, every other day. But people think that they have to post these highly edited videos, and you do not. I post them sometimes because I'm just a creator. Like, I love to edit. So you're going to see like the cuts and things like that. But there are people who just be posting regular videos. And people love that. And so I tell people, understand what your capacity is for posting and build on that. The third one. So define your community's characteristics. Like, do they work? Are they stay-at-home moms? Are they busy? Are they stylish? Do they like affordable outfits? Do they travel a lot? Like all of these things, people that tell you age and gender. And of course, you can put that there, but I tell people don't get stuck on that because I like characteristics other than age or gender, because you can have a 25-year-old who likes the same thing as a 40-year-old. So I put more emphasis on the style, the lifestyle, than I do the age. Yes, TikTok is like the old shopping network channel. How do you sell on YouTube? Um, well, several ways you can sell on YouTube. You can make videos about what you're selling, and then offer like that product in the video. Like at the beginning of this video, I told everybody like I'm coming and I'm doing this series, Boutique 101 series, and that they could purchase the guide. I also have two guides. I have one that is boutique, and I have the other one is how to start an e-commerce business, and they're both $27. Um, and they walk you through the whole thing. So that's a form of selling, like telling people where they can go to get your thing. You can put the link under your video. If you become a YouTube partner, you have the ability to connect your shop with YouTube, and people can buy there, and then people can subscribe to like you can do fan clubs and things like that. So that's how you can sell on TikTok. There's also an app called Whatnot. A lot of people are headed over there. I think I'm gonna head over there too before it gets too big, so I can go ahead and build a customer base there. But age and gender are such universal characters. Do you stay away from those just because everyone else is doing? No, I stay away from it because sometimes age and gender does not, when I'm talking about fashion, it's a part, but it's not a part, right? So if I say, okay, I'm creating inventory, my persona, my community persona, this lady is 45 years old, right? So my brain would be like, only talk to 45-year-olds. But what the real thing is that this is a style that you see most 45-year-olds. It's a more mature style, right? But it does not mean that a 25-year-old won't like it either. So that's why I put more focus on the lifestyle and the style and the characteristics than I do the age. Like your analytics will tell you, you know, the age group of people that are following you. But when it comes to what people are wearing and stuff like that, I don't put a heavy emphasis on it. For create your community persona, I advise everybody to do that. Like, give this person a name, where they work at, do they have a family, what do they do in their spare time, whether their shopping preferences are, how much money they make, all of those things. Because it's easier to talk to one person. If you talk to one person instead of trying to talk to everybody, you will nail your messaging down every single time. Like if I want to sell to men who would enjoy fashion if they tried it, but aren't into fashion yet, how do I find that community? All right, good question. Good question. So you have to position yourself with messaging. This is where messaging comes in. So it would be like, um, hmm. You could be like, fashion doesn't have to be boring, or why do um men can like fashion too, or something like that. Or it could be like, um uh, see, I'm really not a man who's not into fashion. And I think most men, it's not that they're into fashion, they just don't know how. Like most men and women pick out their clothes. But you would need to tailor your content to speak to them. So I would take that and say, okay, my community is men who would enjoy fashion but they're not into it yet because they don't understand fashion, right? So then use chat here. I would ask, what are their pain points? What do they struggle with, right? So, and it could be because they don't have time to shop. It could be because they don't know what go together. They don't know what look good. They don't know what fashion is. And so how you would position that messaging is that you would provide the solution for that. So you would create content that would solve those problems. No, it doesn't. A lot of people tell you, oh, yeah, age, gender, location. Yes, because that's very general information. It's very general information. That's information that everybody can find. And so people just put that out there, but they're not giving you answers based off of experience. You see what I'm saying? Things that they've tested. And I come to find out, like, I have not focused on age and gender at all. At all. And I've come to find out that that works better because when I don't focus on age and gender, I actually focus on the person. I I got even an idea, like you could do a reel and it could be like if you want to take from basic from born. I take the thank you, Holy Spirit. I take the guesswork out for you. And you can even put it in there. POV. Um POV, when a man understands his fashion, he elevates his life or something like that. Like, and it could be just be like somebody who dressed in a basic t-shirt and jeans, and how to elevate your t-shirt and jean look. The 5 staple pieces that every man needs in their wardrobe. Somebody who was in fashion would scroll past that because they know. But somebody who did not know about fashion would stop and be like, so I need 5 staple pieces. Let me see what staple pieces I need. And that's how you attract that community. All right. Ooh, we've been over here 67 minutes. Okay, so that's cool. So it works better not to focus on the age and gender. That sounds like a skill you have, but not everyone else does. Yes, yes. Unless you're doing a gender or age specific thing, like toys. Of course, then you got to focus on age. Like, is this age appropriate for a 4-year-old, right? But when we come into doing things for adults, I don't think you got to put a heavy emphasis on age and gender. Yep, it's all about style. Because I'm looking for some army fatigue pants, but I want men army fatigue pants that I'm going to cut up and do some things with. And I need the men's version and not the women's version because of the fit. If that's understandable. All right. So we are going to stop right there, y'all. The next live I'll do is I'll go deeper into defining your messaging. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for that. And also, if you have not, like, go to my links and go ahead and get that how to start your e-commerce business with $0, or either how to start your boutique for $0. And it just doesn't teach you how to start with money. It teaches you how to start with or without money. But the main thing is that I give you options on how to start something if you don't want to invest in inventory. So I teach you both ways. I teach you drop shipping, and I teach you if you want to actually have physical products and things like that. So make sure y'all go and y'all purchase that. Still at the beginning, we were just relying on the algorithm to find our audience. We make content for a target audience, but it still blasts to everyone. Yeah, that's outliers. But the more that you get firm on your messaging, the more that you get clear on your messaging, the more direct your messaging is, the algorithm will find the community for that messaging. So you got to figure out, once you understand how the algorithm works, then you can make the algorithm do what it needs to do. And so that's just simply by keywords that you say. It's also like keywords that you put in your title. And so even though what I'm saying can go to like any type of industry or any type of business, but I put boutique in there because I want the algorithm to push this to whoever may be searching about boutique, because I have a product that I want them to get as well to accompany them. Um, and so you basically, it's like input and output. You got to tell the algorithm what you want it to do in order for it to output your desired result. Sounds good. It's been great talking to you. Where can I click the link to buy something from you? It's in, if you go to my page, um, yeah, if you leave here and you go to my poll, I just read poll. If you go to my main page on YouTube, you'll see the link in the description for there, or it'll be in the links. Um, you can go to my stand store, but that's where you'll find it, like in that description section. That's where it will be. And I would appreciate it if you purchase that. Hopefully you'll subscribe and put your bell on, and you'll join us. And so you'll join us when I come back. I'm gonna try to come back tomorrow, y'all, at some point. It may be tomorrow morning that I'll come on here. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Patrick, so much for all of the questions and things like that. That was super good engagement. You asked some really good questions. You brought up some really good points, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I don't actually know exactly what time. It'll be sometime before 5 o'clock. So just turn on your notifications, and I'll see y'all then. Bye.